Hey guys, welcome back. So I thought I'd do part 2 of my Vampire Vixens page that I'm working on. I decided to do, I think I'm going to do a little bit more on her eyelids, make them a little bit darker. So I'm going to take this purple shade here. Let me zoom back in a little bit. There we go. I'm going to take a little bit of purple and just make it a little bit darker on the eyelid area. That's not very dark though. That's kind of a plummy color. Well, I can pack on the pigment and maybe it'll look darker. And then I'm going to do a background. So we'll see how it goes. So today is Saturday, and like I was saying, yesterday we were busy all day because we had that funeral and everything. So today we're having a lazy day, and I think like tonight we're not doing anything or going anywhere. I think we're just gonna stay in, and I like to watch Ghost Adventures. I'm kind of a sucker for those paranormal shows. So we're going to probably watch that, but we also watch Svengoolie. I don't know if you guys know what Svengoolie is, but it's he's a horror host out of Chicago, I believe, and we watch it on MeTV. And so he hosts old horror movies, and he does like comedy, and it's really cheesy, but it's a lot of fun. In between, like in the commercial breaks and, stuff like that. And we really, really like that show. But tonight, it's a movie that we've seen lots of times, Frankenstein, and that's like one of the classics. And so, we'll probably watch Ghost Adventures instead because my husband told me that it is the season premiere tonight. So, I know that show's really cheesy, and it seems like there's always like people, if you're into those shows at all, that there's let me get that out of there. There's always people that prefer like the Ghost Hunters show that used to be on Sci-Fi. And I don't know. I liked Ghost Hunters, but sometimes it was a little bit boring to me. I like the theatrics of the Ghost Adventures, because they get really dramatic and they're screaming and they run around and stuff like that. And I don't know. I kind of get a kick out of it. So we'll probably watch that. And then I don't know what we'll watch after that. I'm not sure. So, but that's our big Saturday night plan. I think tomorrow we're going to go to the movies and watch It because we haven't seen it yet. So I'm really looking forward to that because I've been wanting to watch it for a long time. So I'm trying now to figure out what I want to do for a background color. I don't think I want pink because her hair's pink. I could do a different shade of green. The ribbon's green, but yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll do like a minty type green. I think this one will work good. Let me pull it out. And these don't say like what the shade is on them. They just, they just have paper around them. They don't really say what the shade is. So I'll zoom back out again while I do the background. And then I know it'll take me longer than what time I have allowed, but then I'm going to go in with my pencils and I'll finish the skulls and her hair, and then I might add some white gel pen to these little black hearts, and then we'll call it done. So can you see what I'm doing here? Yeah, I think I'll use the green here. That'll be good. Making sure you guys can see. I do have I'll be doing a color along that's not Deborah Muller in October from Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and that'll be mid-October. I kind of like doing these now, these color and chat type videos here and there, so I will have some that aren't all out of Deborah Muller books, at different points, but for right now I'm doing these for our Deborah Muller Facebook group because I wanted to do them there. I thought that would be a lot of fun, something different in the group, And so that's why two color alongs in a row have been the Deborah Muller. But I'm not, gonna do exclusively Deborah. But for now, they are. Let me blot off my oil here. I'll start blending that. Hopefully it's not too dark against this ribbon. I don't want it to be the same shade of green. No, it's not bad. I have a bad habit of laying down colors next to each other that are too similar. So they like kind of blend right in with each other. And I don't mean to do that. It's just something that happens. But I think it's because I don't plan my colors out like some people do. Some people, and it's just all the different techniques and styles, Some people will look at a picture and they'll pull their colors ahead of time and they know exactly what they're going to do. And, that's how they do it. And I think that's really admirable. I cannot do that. No matter what, it's just not my thing to do that. It's not my personality. I'm more spontaneous in my color choices. And sometimes I think that's a blessing, and sometimes it really messes me up because then I'm like stuck. I color myself into a corner basically when I have colors that are so similar, But another reason too why I like these Bic markets is they don't bleed too much out. Like I'm using this baby oil, and when I get close to the edge of like these black hearts, you can see that it's not really catching any of that and pulling it out. I'm trying my best to not go over it, but when I do even a little bit, it doesn't pull it out much to, smear around. So I like that also. So, if anybody has any experience with some oil pastels of the more expensive variety, I'd like to hear about it in the comments. If you guys could let me know, like some that are really, really nice and boldly pigmented. But, I am satisfied with the results I've been getting from these cheap ones. I like them. So I'm not like specifically saying, oh, I need to go out and find a better, more expensive brand or anything like that. I'm just curious to know about some different brands and how they perform. Now I know that you can use other blending medium besides baby oil. You can purchase, I don't know a lot about it. I think is Gamsol. Is that how you pronounce it? I've seen people talking about that. Gamsol. I think that's a medium that you can use to blend out oil. Maybe. I don't know for sure, but I think. But the baby oil seems to do okay for me right now. And since it's not like I'm investing, I don't want to invest like a ton of money. I'm satisfied with what my results I'm achieving with this. I'm not, like I said, looking to go spend a bunch of money. I'm just curious about everybody's results and other experiences with products, Another reason why I like these oil pastels is because we all know that there's a lot of really great coloring books that are printed on the Create Space paper, and I'm not a paper snob. I love coloring books I love any books that I'm attracted to because of the images I'm going to purchase, no matter what kind of paper it's on. And I don't like copy the pages onto cardstock and do all that. I just don't. It's not my thing to do that. I'm satisfied to color with, in the books. I like doing that. I just like coloring in the books. I enjoy it. It gives me pleasure to have a book full of pages I can look at that I've colored and stuff like that. But the Create Space paper, a lot of the higher end pencils don't do well because the paper is coarse and the pencils are soft. So the more inexpensive pencils tend to work better. And I was just wondering, well, like I noticed that, I wasn't wondering, I lose my train of thought sometimes when I go on and on here. I noticed that when I'm using these oil pastels, they blend really nice on this paper. You can't see all those little white spaces that you get when you color with the expensive pencils like Prismacolors or the Polychromos from Faber-Castell, Derwent. Oh my gosh, I tried to color I have a set of Derwent Color Soft. I don't have a big set of them or anything. I have the skin tone set. I think it comes with like 6 or 8 shades, something like that. Anyways, so I had those and they were brand new to me and I was really excited to use them. And so I had a book, Enchanted Faces, I think, is that what it's called, by Hannah Lynn. And I started to color the skin tones with the Derwent pencils. And it was terrible. It was terrible. They just left way too much white space from the pencils being so soft. And I was like, oh, this is terrible. What a bummer. So that's one of the reasons why I enjoy using these oil pastels, because they blend out like smooth and they cover the paper super, super nicely. So that's kind of nice that they do that. Oh my gosh. See, I talk and then. So this is probably really boring for you guys to just watch me do a whole background on this page, but I don't know what else to do. I'm going to have to go in all these little lines of her hair and everything. I think I'm going to turn the page up and I'll work this way. So anyways, yeah, that's just, I guess it's just because it's like my new thing to use these. I enjoy it. Something different. I'm sure I'll burn myself out on it if I keep doing it all the time, though. It's just kind of fun. So yeah, anyways, okay, so back to going to see it. I hope we're going to go see it tomorrow. We haven't been able to get to see it yet, the movie yet, because of some various things we have going on. I've mentioned in the past my father-in-law has bad health. I've had to go stay with my mother because she's been having some health problems, and I'm actually going to have to go stay there again for 10 days starting on Tuesday of this week. And we just haven't had a lot of time to be able to go to the movies. So we are really, really, really looking forward to hopefully going tomorrow and seeing it. And I've been looking forward to this for a really, really, really long time, because it just happened. As a horror fan and as a Stephen King fan, I'm definitely looking forward to it. So hopefully we will. And then I got us a gift card, because you guys know I'm an Avon rep. So one of the cool things about being an Avon rep is we get these things called President's Points. Once you reach a certain sales level, you qualify for President's Points, and you receive points for different things, like, you know, all kinds of things. Your birthday, your Avon anniversary. If you have a sales increase of a certain time period over what you had the previous year, you know, just a lot of different various things you receive these points for. And you can save the points up, and then you can shop with them on, it's called like a rewards headquarters. It's a website, and you can purchase things from there with your points, just like money. So what I usually do, like, well, one year, it's summertime, I needed new clothes desperately. I hadn't bought any new summer clothes in a really long time. I have now. This has been a couple years ago. But so I needed new summer clothes. So I turned my President's Points in, and I got myself $200 in gift certificate, or not gift certificates. What do you call those? Gift cards to Old Navy. And I went on a shopping spree in Old Navy and bought myself a whole bunch of clothes because I like their clothes, their jeans and pants and stuff. They fit me pretty good. I have since not been shopping at Old Navy very much now. I am addicted to Torrid, but that's another story. So anyways, but that was one example of what I did with my President's Points. And lately, though, I've been using them to get gift cards to go out to eat. So, and they have a couple of different places that you can choose from to get the gift cards from. And lately, we have not been eating out a lot. Just because, like I said, we've been having to stay home. I don't know what this little spot is here, but anyways, we've been having to stay home a lot and cook and stuff like that, which is good too, because we like to cook. I like home cooked food. My husband's a good cook. I'm not bad, so that's fine. But I got us a gift card to you can use it for Chili's or On the Border, Longhorn Steakhouse, or something called Maggiano's. I don't know. We don't have any of those in our area. But we have a Chili's and an On the Border and then a Longhorn Steakhouse right next to each other. All three of them are right together in this shopping center that I go to a lot in Allen Park. And so I got us a gift card so that we could go out to eat a couple different times for, one of those places or two of them, whatever we wanted to do. So we're going to go to the movies and then hopefully go out to eat also. But I think we're going to go to Chili's this time because we don't go there very often. I don't think we've been to Chili's in over a year probably. And the last time we went, we both liked it pretty well. I think I had enchiladas and Keith had fish tacos. He likes fish tacos. He gets those a lot of places that we go to. He likes to try different ones from different places. So I think we might go to Chili's and eat if we have time. And then I also would like to go to Kohl's because I want to look. Kohl's has really nice shoes. I'd like to go. I need a pair of combat boots, combat style boots to wear with dresses this fall and winter, because I haven't had those kind of shoes in a really long time, and I have all these really cute dresses and like super cute dresses, and I love wearing them in the winter, but I live in Michigan and it's really cold so you can't wear like sandals and flip-flops or whatever in the cold weather. So I like to wear them with tights and boots and stuff like that, but I need a new pair because the ones I have are getting pretty ratty and old. So I'd like to go to Kohl's because they always have a decent sale, and they have the Kohl's Cash going on, and what have you. So I like that. So maybe I'll go to Kohl's too if I have time. If not, no big deal. If not, there's one by my mom. She has a Kohl's very close to her place, so when I'm out there staying with her, I can always go. And I'm not just saying I would only get a pair of shoes from Kohl's. It's just they usually have, Kohl's has a really good selection of shoes, I think. That's one of their better departments. I like their home department too, but sometimes it can be a little bit expensive even with Kohl's Cash. But yeah, so I like the green. I think the green's cute. I'm enjoying the green. I'm really getting thirsty, you guys. And I finished my Coke while I was doing the first video. But yeah. I talk a lot when I'm doing this color and chat. I guess because it's a chat video, right? Wah, wah. It's probably really boring, but I don't know. So yesterday, I mentioned a couple times that we had that funeral yesterday. And my husband, Keith, he had to speak at the funeral. His cousin was going to give the eulogy, but he is out of the country on business. He's actually, of all places, in Dubai on business, and he wasn't going to be able to make it back. And so he asked Keith, he sent us a text and asked Keith if he would be willing to read a letter, the eulogy. And Keith said he would be honored to do that. And so then he, his cousin sent him the letter he wanted him to read. And then Keith had a few things he wanted to say also about his aunt. And he didn't rehearse it, though. He said, well, I'm not sure if I'm going to do it or not. It just depends on how I feel. I mean, he was going to read his cousin's eulogies that he had written. But as far as him speaking for himself, he said, I don't know if I'm going to, it just depends on how I feel. And I said, well, do whatever you feel is right. If you feel called to speak, then you should do that. And if you don't, then you don't have to. It's whatever you want to do. So he got up yesterday and he read the letter. And the letter was really, really nice. It was very nice. And then he did say that he had a few words of his own that he wanted to say. And he talked for probably 10 minutes or so. And it was just all off the cuff, like he hadn't rehearsed it or anything. And he did a really, really nice job. It was wonderful. And I was so proud of him for doing that. So that was nice that he was able to do that. I always tell him I think he should be a pastor or a preacher, but he says that he doesn't think he would be good at that some people are called, and he doesn't think he's one of them. But I definitely think he has that gift. But I guess it's just whatever you're comfortable with, So that was what we had going on yesterday with all that. And then, like I said, we went to his cousin's home after the service. Well, after the luncheon, we went there. And it was really nice. There was like kids running all over, playing outside and playing inside. And one of them had a camera that he said, oh, can I take your picture? And then when you said yes, he would take your picture, and it squirted water at you. And, he thought it was the greatest thing ever. These kids were having a blast with that. And, one of the kids, it was his birthday was going to be next week, and his uncle that was there wanted to give him his birthday gift because he wouldn't see him. He had to fly back to Washington, D.C., where he lives. So he wanted to give him his birthday gift while he was there. And it was, we could see it. It was under a blanket, but it was like a giant Batman, those action figure type things. But they're really, really big, like 2 or 3 feet tall. Big. So he and the little boy was probably, I don't know, 3 or I know he's not 4 yet. He can't be 4. And so his uncle said to him, he put him up on his lap, and it was so funny. He said, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna give you a choice. You can have $10. And he pulled a $10 bill out of his, it was in the birthday card. That's where it was. He pulled $10 out of the birthday card, and he said, you can have this $10 if you want all to yourself, or you can have what's under that blanket. And it was just like that, let's make a deal show. And I just thought it was hilarious, because here's this kid, that's really not old enough to know a lot about decision making and money and things like that. And you could see the kid was really thinking, contemplating, and it was, and he said he wanted what was under the blanket. So everybody went over there, and of course, that it was really tall, what was under the blanket, because it was that action figure thing. And he was so excited. So then they pulled it off, and it was like that giant Batman. And he was so excited. His little hands were clenched in fists, and they were like shaking. His arms were shaking. He was so excited to see this Batman action figure that was like huge, I don't know. It was great. It just tickled me the way, I was like, I'd keep the money. I'd ask for both, actually. That's what I would do. But it was funny. And we had so much food. There was tons of food left over. So they gave us a lot of food to bring home. And so we'll be eating all that food for quite a while. was like chicken and pasta, a pasta dish, and potatoes and vegetables, like mixed vegetables, and some kind of beef. Was it corned beef? Corned beef? I think it was corned beef. I didn't eat it because I'm not like I'm not really too much into beef and that, but I think it was corned beef. So we brought some of that and lots of other stuff home with us. And I actually already ate some today. I had some pasta and I cut up one of the pieces of chicken and mixed it in with my pasta to do like a chicken parmesan thing. And it was really yummy. So I got to get in between all these little hairs here. I try to be careful when I do that. We're at 26. So I'll keep going a little bit. And it'll probably shut off. And you know what? Maybe I'll just go until it stops. I don't know. Sometimes these books are hard for me to get into the crease here. They go right, the pictures go right up into, I know it's like the printing of them. It goes right up into the, like the spine. You probably noticed too that I hold the Q-tip different. I keep changing the position of my hands because my fingers, excuse me, get really tired from holding it a certain way. And actually, my fingers get stuck in this position. These fingers here, they get stuck, curled up like that. And I keep pulling my hand off camera and using my left hand to push them back up because they lock into place. Just part of the joys of having this rheumatoid arthritis, but it's not a big deal. I mean, it's not super painful. It's just a little uncomfortable when that happens. I actually, I did a background of a full page in the Magical Witches book, and I colored a whole page in one setting, like a couple hours, and I don't usually do that, but I just was in the mood to color, I guess. And this was like one day last week, and I colored so much that night, I woke up and my arms were aching so bad. Like my right arm was aching and my left arm was aching because I lean on my left arm. So yeah, that wasn't the best thing. So I kind of had to, sometimes I enjoy doing this and I get carried away with it, but I have to kind of keep myself in check with it too, and not I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, I don't want to do so much that I hurt myself, you know, that I can't function properly the next day or anything like that. So but yeah, I'm not going to do a part 3 on this. So because I'm just going to do the background, finish it, and then I will use some pencil on her hair and the skull, and that'll be it. But I will post the finished page in the Facebook group and on my Instagram, and probably like in some of the other groups too. Probably the Coloring Time group that I'm in, Coloring Queens group. I like that group a lot. And a few other places here and there. I like to switch it up because I don't like to post in the same groups all the time. It just, I don't know. I just do that. I like to flip back and forth between them here and there, just for something different. So, but yeah, and then I'll do a color and chat for the next one, but I'm not sure what book we're going to use yet out of that. So So, okay, well, you guys, we're at 29, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop it because I know it's going to shut itself off in a minute. But thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope you did anyways. And thanks for being part of the color line. If you've posted your pictures in the Deborah Miller group, I thank you so much for that. I've been super impressed with all of them. They're really, really fun and cute, and I love it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.